All right, guys, you'll have to forgive me here because my camera lens broke out on this phone. I haven't picked up a new camera yet, so I'm still stuck with this phone. This is a 2002 Chevy Avalanche we just picked up, and it's got completely rusted out brake lines like pretty much all of them have, unfortunately. But the truck's in pretty good shape overall. I mean, it's got its typical rocker rust and, you know, not the best on the underside, but the inside is actually pretty nice. It's 157,000 miles. Everything works as far as I can see. Four-wheel drive, AC, heat. It's not a bad truck. So just picked this one up. Gonna go through it, see what we can do with it. But guys, I was on Marketplace. By the way, that's my 2008 TJ that we just picked, or TJ, JK that I picked up from Tennessee. And I thought I got a deal on that one, but I definitely spent way too much money on it. I got this truck here the other day on Facebook Marketplace, which was like the steal of the day. You'll never guess what I paid for this truck. And now you can tell by looking at it, I already named it Tetanus, and you could tell I probably didn't pay too much for it because of the rust. And I mean, it is rusty. It is definitely rusty. Nasty. Front fender, front bumper smashed a little bit. It's a 2500. It is two-wheel drive. See, the cab isn't very clean. It's pretty dirty, kind of nasty. But it's got the 24 valve Cummins, and this engine starts and runs awesome. There's no blow by at all. 435,000 miles. It starts right up first try. It doesn't matter how cold it is out. Well, the lowest it's been is like 38 degrees, but since I've had it, starts right up. The thing about this truck is, as rusty as it is on the outside, the underside is really clean, guys. And remember, this is Indiana we're talking about here. So if you're watching this in any state outside the Rust Belt area, then this is completely rotted out to you. But this truck the underside is in really good shape. The frame is completely solid all the way through. The bed is pretty much shot. There's the supports on the bottom are kind of rusted out. It's missing the rear bumper, but you know, it's a second gen Dodge. I'll start it up for you guys real quick so you can hear it. Now, of course, I don't know why anybody does this kind of stuff, but it would be so much easier when you have a problem to actually fix it versus all this janky shit right here. So instead of replacing the blower motor switch, this guy went through here and just hacked everything and wired up a blower motor here. I don't know. I don't understand, people. Guys, do not do this to your vehicle. Do not try to hack your wiring up. Just replace your damn switch and call it good. When I got this truck, it was non-running, and the issue was very confusing to everybody because it was getting fuel. We thought the VP44 was bad, but it was getting fuel to the injector lines. I bled it multiple times. Then I realized that there was, and I already made a video on this, a loose ground wire under the fuse box. And you hook it up, it runs the fuel pump and everything. And the engine computer controlled and all that good stuff. Listen how this thing runs though. Gotta find the key. Listen how good this thing runs. Again, 443,000 miles on it. Now, I'm not going to leave it running very long because there's actually no alternator hooked up, which means, you know, we don't have a water pump and all that good stuff. Kind of need that to keep the engine from causing any damage here. Anyway, guys, this is the 98 24 valve Cummins 2500 two-wheel drive, and I don't know what to do with it. I originally bought this truck with intentions just to part it out, and the previous owner had this thing since 87,000 miles, or I'm sorry, 78,000 miles actually. He drove this thing to work and all over between Indiana and Michigan. He swears that it ran and drove great before he parked it one day and couldn't get it to start back up, which it sat for a year since then. I don't know why they took the rear bumper off. The guys that I got it from, I don't think they really knew anything about electronics or mechanics in general. A couple of older guys. I think the guy who actually owned the truck was in his 80s or late 70s, one of the two, probably late 70s. They swear they did oil changes religiously. It's got a K&N filter, so, you know, race truck, but anyone who's spending that much money on a filter for an oil change would kind of tell me that they probably cared about it for the most part. Probably just a beater truck, you know, highway vehicle, drive around or whatever around the town. I don't know, but I don't know anything about the transmission. They say that it was rebuilt and the fluid looks good. It smells good, doesn't smell burnt. I mean, 435,000-ish miles, you know it's had to have been replaced at least once, if not 3 times or 4. There's no blow-by at all, none. I took that cap off, no blow-by. So, guys, I don't know what to do with this truck. Like I said, I was gonna part it out, and I would definitely make my money from this engine. But, on second thought, maybe throw some fenders on it, go through the front end, ball joints, brake lines, tie rods, all that good stuff, and then put a new bumper on it, fenders, take the bed off, throw a flat bed on it, put a gooseneck so I can haul my trailers, and you know, this could be a halfway decent truck for a cheap price. If I have $2,000-3,000 into it, it's still better than what it would cost if I went and bought one for $7-8 grand or $6 grand, whatever they're going for now. What do you guys think I should do with this thing? I need a backup truck. I have a Ford 6-liter, if that tells you anything. It's my everyday towing vehicle. I run my entire business off that truck. So this could be a bad or a good backup vehicle. Let me know what you guys think. Maybe we'll make a series and turn this into a project, build a flatbed for it. I don't know. What would you do if you had this thing for $600? Let me know in the comments.